Sometimes you have a rough week. And last week for me was not the greatest. And I'm going to tell you all about it. And I'm going to tell you some of the good things as well, because I always like to have some good things. Hi everyone, my name is Leanna and I'm a full-time reseller. And I am here to tell you that sometimes reselling is hard. Sometimes it doesn't go exactly the way you want it to. So what happened? You know, if you've been watching the videos, you know that I haven't been feeling 100% over the last few weeks. And being me, I realized that it was my allergies acting up. Now, last year when we first moved, my allergies took a break. They were fine. I didn't have to take medication. It was fantastic. So, of course, I assumed that I would have the same type of, August, and I didn't realize. And I got sick and I thought, oh, I got a cold or, I have something else. But I took tests for that and I was fine, which is a good thing. And I realized, wait a minute. Every time I go outside, even if it's just to go, to the car and then out to the store or whatever, I come home feeling really stuffed up and my throat was sore and things like that. Click. My allergies have started acting up. So I have to take my medication, which, until I get used to it, makes me so tired. I'm just like, okay, can I go to bed now? So it wasn't a happy couple of weeks for me that way. Feeling much, much, much better now. I'm sleeping and I feel much better. So coming out of that, thinking, just sort of still recovering and getting used to my medication, I decided that I would take the trip to the cross-border shipper because I had missed the one before because I was not feeling well. And so Paul had been doing a lot of the driving. So I went to the cross-border shipper. Paul went and did whatever he wanted to do. Thought, great, I'm getting back in the swing of things. I'm going to stop at this thrift store, which is about halfway? Yeah. And buy some stuff, get some listing done, things like that. Go to the cross-border shipper. I come to the store and it's empty. It's gone. It's like, what happened? This was a store where I got some really good items and I thought, oh no. And it was a new store. It had only been up for maybe 3 months. It was gone, completely gone. Notes on the door saying no donations and everything. I was like, oh no. So it kind of put me in a bit of funk because I'm like, such a good store and what am I going to do and things like that. Fine. I come home. It's fine. Everything's fine. Friday comes along and Paul goes to the office to get some work done. And he calls me and he goes, there's water all over the floor. So our office space is sort of in two parts. You walk in and there's one sort of space, and then there's a door and there's a back space as well with all the windows. The back space was covered in water. Nothing was damaged, so there's a good point. But Paul called maintenance. They came in. They said they fixed it. It looked okay. He didn't hear any dripping or anything. But while everything was happening, the air conditioning was off on our side of the floor, like in the building. And so they got it working again. We all think, okay, great, that's fine. It's fixed. Saturday comes. Paul decides to go early to the office because he has to go away Saturday evening. And he wanted to get some work done before he left. And keep in mind that we're trying to get a boot sale items all fixed and ready to go, and our max sold items all photographed and ready to go, and at the office, because that's where we're having pickup. He goes Saturday morning, and there's water all over the floor again. So he shuts down everything. He shuts down the water, whatever. It ends up shutting down the air conditioning, and it's been really hot. So he phones maintenance again. And eventually they do come out, and then they're not coming out in 5 minutes. They're taking, they have other things to do, but it's taking a couple hours. So the guy finally came and did something else and said that should be it. It should be fine. So I said to Paul, okay, you know what? You go do what you have to do Saturday evening. I'll go to the office and double check everything. And if it's a problem, I'll just shut everything down. No problem. So I went over Saturday afternoon. It looked fine. I didn't hear any dripping. There was no water on the floor. Fantastic. Wonderful. We're back in business. Paul goes over Sunday morning. Water all over the floor again. So he calls maintenance and they were like, well, we can't make it out until Monday. Because it's Sunday, right? clean up the water. Paul shuts down everything again. So again, no air conditioning. So we can't really do any work. So that's 3 days now that we can't really do any work at the office. Fine. Monday. Yes, it was Monday. Today is Wednesday. Monday. Paul goes over and he spends almost the entire day there, from like 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock, before maintenance even shows up. And the maintenance guy comes and he does exactly the same thing that the guy on Saturday did and said that should be fine, it should be done. At this point, I'm getting angry because, you know, we're on day 4 of not being able to really use our office space where, you know, like we want to, and it's irritating me. And I haven't been sleeping because I'm worried about the water and everything else, and so I was irritated. We'll put it that way. Paul went back over Monday night to double check it. Water all over the floor. I am mad because this is not professional. It's like, this is our office space that we should be able to be using, and you're not fixing what the problem is. So, Paul and I made the decision that on Tuesday, because I was so angry, I wanted to go to the office and basically say, hey, get this fixed now, because I was at that point. And rightly, we each decided that Paul would go over to the office and I would go to the cross-border shipper because it would calm me down. I was really mad because I think it's really unprofessional. Anyway, so Paul went to the office and I thought, okay, fine. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to, you know, try and relax, go for a nice drive, decide that I'm going to stop in at Salvation Army on the way back and shoot a Thrift With Me video because I haven't done Salvation Army yet. I grabbed a milkshake because I felt like a milkshake, and I thought this would be good. Milkshakes and thrifting, yay, way to lift your spirits, right? Get to the store, and it's empty. It's like, what happened? Where is this store? I have no idea what happened to it. I wasn't in the mood to go knocking on doors to find out. That kind of set me off again. No, just relax. Drink your milkshake. You're fine. Went to the office, and this is like 12:30 or so. Paul had been at the office since 9. No contractor, no nothing. They were saying, oh yeah, the contractor's going to come. Now, we don't have to be at the office for them to come because they have permission to come in. But again, we need to be fixing what we need to be fixing so that we can do our work, right? So I wasn't happy that they hadn't been there yet. I come home, and at this point, I'm almost laughing because everything's just been a comedy of errors. Paul finally came home and said, yeah, they fixed it. Everything's good. He went back last night and there was no water. Everything was good. He has gone back this morning and he's been there for about an hour now. And so far I have no word that there's water, so I'm happy. Top all that off with a very slow first week of August and a no sales on the weekend at all. Nothing. Neither like eBay, yes. I mean, Poshmark sales, nothing. I was like, fit to be tied, as my mother would say, you know, Monday. So it was not good. But, in amongst all of that, you know, Poshmark came out with a new feature, which I still think is a really great feature. It's not perfect, but it is, I think it levels the playing field, you know? So if you don't have a bot or if you don't want to pay for a bot, it's much easier now to go in and share your closet. And I am finding that on the app, on the mobile app, and if you haven't got it on mobile yet, just keep looking for the update on your Poshmark app. It'll show up, because mine is showing up. I'm not getting captures on the mobile app. I am getting a few captures on my PC, but once in a while, not all the time. So that's really good. I like the new feature. I think it's a really good step forward. It's not perfect, but it is a good step forward. So that was really good. That happened on Friday, and I thought, yay, that's fantastic. I sent out a whole bunch of offers, and sales are starting to pick up just a smidge, so I'm happy about that. I am taking some time to relist and to purge my closets and to get them to where I want them to be. Now that I don't have to worry about water and things like that, I can get into a routine again. one of the best things that happened, and it happened overnight, is that one of my viewers reached out in my Poshmark closet and gave me some great tips to improve my photographs. So hi, Lynn. She did it very respectfully, and I appreciate that. I did not take offense to this at all. We talked about using square mode, which I am new to. I just recently started using square mode. I don't know why. I had this in my head that I couldn't use it on my Android, which is not true. You can. It's the 1-to-1 ratio, I believe. And for some reason, in the past, I just thought it didn't work on my Android and never used it. So it's only been recent that my recent listings have had the square mode. I appreciate her reaching out to sort of explain that to me and talk to me about it. I love learning new things. And I'm not perfect. You know, I don't know everything. So when somebody respectfully reaches out to me to say, hey, you know what, you could do this and it might be better, I love it. I think it's fantastic. And this is what our community is about. One thing she did point out, which I think is a fantastic tip, if you have photo room, if you use photo room for removing the background, you can also use it to resize your photos. So if you have older listings like I do, if you have the original photos, you can put them into photo room and you could remove the background and then resize it to make it square. Only thing with that is that the resizing feature is only available on the paid photo room. That was eBay. And I don't have paid photo room. I only have the free one. So now I will be looking into maybe getting it. Maybe we're gonna figure it out. But I don't have a lot of my old photos because I delete a lot of my photos. It's like, oh, it's in the app, I don't care. So I'm doing this whole relist and this purge of my closet. I'm going to see what items are actually worth going back in and re-photographing, and perhaps then I may try the paying photo room. We'll see. But the whole idea with that is that I thought it was fantastic that somebody reached out to me. I like that a lot. I love to learn new things. Give me new tips, give me new tricks. If it doesn't work for me, then you know what, we can have just a conversation. I like that so much. Just because I do YouTube does not mean I know everything, because I do not know everything at all. People have different ways of doing business that can work for each and every one of us, and they have different ways of doing business that might not work for us. But that's what it's about. Everybody is different, and we can learn from each other. So for me, to end up this last couple of days after this problem, waking up to that was actually really, it made me feel hopeful, you know, and it made me feel so much better about what was going on in my business. Yes. So that is it for today. This will be coming up today. I don't normally film on the day I'm uploading, but you know what? This is sort of a turning point for me from the last couple of weeks, so I'm happy. That is it. I hope everybody's having a much better week than I've had. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I upload Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and usually I'm not having a rough week. Anyway, that is it for today. Everybody have a fantastic week. No more rough spots, and I'll see you next time. Bye.